It is going to be a really fun and exciting knowledge experience for all of you students participating in the National Coding Olympiad 2021. In today's webinar, we have with us 3 esteemed speakers that will take you through introduction of Codingal, Navars Edutech, and the world of astronomy and space education through coding. I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Ms. Renuka Verma. She has done her MBA in computer-aided management and holds over 20 years of experience in sales, strategic alliances, and partnerships. She has worked with organizations like HP and India Today. She is the head of business partnerships at Codingal. Renuka, I'd like to welcome you.
Thank you so much, Jagriti, for the introduction. Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning, the team at Codingal, at Navars, and good morning to beautiful students and parents. I can see that there's a couple of parents. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Was I audible? I think I got muted in between. Yeah. So today's session is going to be very, very interactive in terms of that, our teacher would also be taking you through what kind of concepts we'll be learning in astronomy and what kind of, how coding is related to astronomy and much more. So once again, welcome all of you. I'm Renuka Verma, and as Jagriti mentioned, I take care of partnership at Codingal. I'm not too sure how many of you know the background to Codingal. So I'll just take you through, I'll take 5 minutes to take you through the background of Codingal and who are the brains behind this organization. So we are almost close to 1 year old, a little more than 1 year old, and we are a Y Combinator backed startup. We have our offices in US as well as in India. However, we already have more than 150,000 students from 20 plus countries across the globe as a part of Codingal community right now. And, I'll be very pleased to, tell you that the brains behind Codingal are the alumni of IIT Roorkee and IIT Dhanbad. As you can see on the screen, we have Mr. Vivek Prakash. He's a pass out of IIT Roorkee. Mr. Satyam Baranwal, who's a pass out of IIT Dhanbad, and Mr. Sumit Singh, who's an MBA marketing and has been a very prominent member in the growth and beginning of Codingal. So our mission was, this company was started with a mission to inspire more and more students to fall in love with coding. And I think we have been able to do a pretty good job, as I can see a lot of smiling faces right now. And and I have been seeing the kind of projects that students have been submitting, which is a great thing. We have been associating with a lot of schools so far. We have been interacting and doing competitions with large chain of schools, which includes Millennium Schools, KR Mangalam Schools, Gyan Ganga Group, Cambridge International, and many others. So we've already run more than 100 plus competitions, and I'm sure in most of your, the students present here, also in your schools as well, you would have been participating in some of the other competition. If not, you can visit our website. We have a competition tab there. Do go through it. I think that is the tab, from where you registered for NCO. So that's a similar tab which you can maybe use for the others as well. So we bring you very large collaborations with the big brands like HPE, like Flipkart, Times NIE. So this engagement is going to go a long way. And as I mentioned, that this session would be all about how coding can help in astronomy. On the screen, you will be able to see a photograph of a student of grade 9. So we are very proud to say that he is one of the, a student who started his journey with Codingal as a part of a competition like NCO. So we had run a competition in BIT Mesra in 2020. So starting that, Prajwal, realized how important coding is and where coding can take you students. So he has now started a new venture. He's now a co-founder of a cloud computing firm. The reason of me sharing this information is because I want to tell all of you that whatever you're doing do with full conviction. Coding is something which is where the entire future lies. I think in every aspect, coding would be very, very important, whether it is any game that you're playing on your mobiles or on your laptops right now, whether it is Minecraft, whether it is COD or Candy Crush or any of that. Or whether it is advancement of technology in IT or in medical sciences, right? So we know that all of you are the future, and we totally believe that if we can show you the right direction, I think we'll be able to create a good future for our own country. Yeah. So I think that's about it, and I will hand it over back to Jagruti. We'll be more than happy to have a lot of question and answers towards the end of today's session. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So kids, the next speaker that we have with us today is a TEDx speaker, Dr. Vikram Londe. He holds 10 plus years of experience in the field of astronomy and space science. He was a CEO at India's first astronomical observatory and space science center. He also worked at the world's largest telescope in Hawaii, USA. He is a fellow of Royal Astronomical Society, London, and holds an international certification of NLP practitioner. Dr. Vikram, we welcome you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I'd like to have a screen share access, please. Okay, so welcome everyone. Myself Vikram, and I'm going to take you to a really interesting journey. The theme of my journey, I have given a name it as something called as the cosmos via computer. That's what we're going to talk about. So before we start, I'd just like to know if you are able to hear me loud and clear. Go to the reaction. Can you give me a thumbs up, please? Okay, so please go to the reaction and tab and give me a thumbs up if you are able to hear me loud and clear. Let's do that, and then we can start the rest of our session. Okay. All right, awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quiet interaction, and we're going to talk about some different concept and where does the astronomy and coding merge in. So before we do that, let me ask you a question. Okay, very simple question. How you can answer? Just you can go to the chat box and let me know that. My question is this: what is astronomy? Okay, can you just think about it, maybe guess or maybe know one or two words? The chat box is open. Let's have a quick interaction. What is astronomy? Like, if you have heard about something this field, and you can just go and let me know in the chat box, like, hey, what's an astronomy? So quickly, maybe before going it. So I'm just going to read out some of the very interesting answers that our participants are sharing. One of the answers I have is study about our universe. All right, that's interesting. What else? What's an astronomy? So have you heard about it? Study of space physics, study of space planets, etc. All right, cool. Let's keep flowing these answers quickly. I know this is Sunday morning, so just get up, okay? All right. Study of everything in the universe, the stars. All right. What else I have heard about astronomy? What else you know? Do you know any instruments that we use in astronomy? Kind of something, a hint that you can see on your screen. Study of sun, moon, stars, telescopes. Yes. The study of matter outside our planet, telescopes. All right, that's cool. Okay, so we have a very interesting answers here. Okay, so astronomy is the study of everything in the universe that's beyond our planet's atmosphere, black holes. Very good. Very nice answer here. Okay, cool. So let me tell you what the answer is. Okay, and then let me take you into a little world of it, which is very, very interesting. So whenever I talk about astronomy, I get this answer a lot. It's like a stars in the sky, or maybe taking a telescope outside and seeing the planets through it. That's what the astronomy would be. But what is the true nature of it? Because what happens is most of the time we are confusing just the telescope with the entire field of astronomy. But that's not it. It's a much more bigger field than that. how big it is. In the astronomy, what I can tell you is, it is like a solving the mysteries of the universe. It's like one big giant mystery game. You know, like a treasure hunt or a mystery hunt, that's what we do. So what are the questions about we try to solve in this mystery? Like, what are the questions we think about? And why do we think about it? That are two things I'm going to answer for you. Some of the questions that we start, thinking about and trying to solve the answers to in the field of astronomy is, what is the dark matter? We know the matter that is there, but we can't, see how it's like, how it interacts, how it makes the universe. That's one of the biggest questions. Second biggest question over this mysterious journey is that, what started our entire universe? Where did all the stars, the planets, the things, the comets and asteroids that we know, where all of they have come from? Another one of the biggest questions that we try to think about astronomy is, what is the nature of the black hole? Sometimes I think, okay, what would happen if I jump inside the black hole? What it will do to me? Will it take me to a different universe, or will I be dead? Or is it even possible for me to jump inside one of the closest black hole? What will happen if there is a black hole comes near a planet Earth? And one of the most popular question, okay? All right, this is what, think about this. This is one of the most popular question in this treasure hunt that we ask is, are we alone in this universe? Are there any aliens? If they are there, how do they look like? How can we communicate with them? How can we contact them? How can we meet them? If they are there, even if they are not there, how do we find them? What do we do to find them? So how many of you actually get a question, this last one, are we alone in the universe? How many of you get this question? Can you go to the reaction and give me a thumbs up, please? So can you think about, have you had ever this question? So let me see how many of you are getting this question ever, like, are there any aliens if they look green, gray, or they can talk, or can we go to their planet? All right, cool. So we are getting really a lot of thumbs up, so that's awesome. All right. So this is what the astronomy is. Astronomy is a field of an exploration. But again, I sometimes think, all right, even that's how this field is, then why it's important? Why do you think studying all of this is important? Why do you think we should study this? What's your idea? Should we study or should we not? Or if we do, why it may be important? Any guess? Any answers? Like, why it's important? Like, why do we find if there are aliens? Why should we learn about the black holes? Why should we learn about the dark matter? Why should we learn about the Big Bang? Why should we make a telescope, study that, all of it? Aliens are there in the universe with many stars having planets. All right, that's cool. Why it's important, right? Sometimes I think, like, why should we do that? Why astronomers should work? We can be aware of them, yes. If the aliens are there, we should be aware, because if we are not, how do we can plan, right? So let me give you some answers why we should actually study. Yes, to explore. Very good answer, Aryan. To explore, so we can expand the places for our living. Very nice answer, Mohit. Absolutely wonderful answer. So the reason we should study about astronomy, space science, so we can communicate and fetch the information from aliens. Yes, that's one of the could be the answer. So what we're trying to do is, what motivates us to actually learn astronomy and space? The things that motivates to do that is, there are a few answers that I know. Number one, astronomy is one of the oldest science. Number two, astronomy is the only science which connects with all the basic sciences. It doesn't matter, coding, physics, chemistry, biology, whatever it is going to connect with all your basic sciences. Another thing is, astronomy helps us understanding our own existence on the planet Earth and the rest of the planets. And one of the biggest answer that I want to tell you why astronomy is important is because it lets us be explorers. because by far we humans, from our forefather, they have been explorers. Let me give an example. The only reason our forefathers, they started their journey on a ship and they were able to explore the rest of the planet Earth. Okay, going on a sea voyages and finding different of islands. And then we humanity being going from one planet to another planet. So astronomy equips us do that. Astronomy helps us actually be an explorers, but instead of a ship on the water, what vehicle do we use to do that? What do you think? To explore the space, what vehicle do we use? You know, you might have heard about Elon Musk, SpaceX, and okay, so I'm just giving you little hints. What is the instrument that we use, a machine that we use to explore the space outside the planet Earth? What do we use there to do an explore? Because our forefathers actually used the ship, right? So that ship they used to on the ocean, but there is no water in the space, I know. So what do we use? Yes. So we use the spaceship, rockets, rovers on the planets. Absolutely wonderful, right? So we use these different instruments. A rocket, spaceship, yeah, absolutely right. So these are satellites, so telescopes, all of these equipments we use to explore in the space. All right, good. Now, if that's why we should study the astronomy, and these are the reasons, because we are basically an explorers, and we know we have to be a multiplanetary species. We need to go on some planet and we need to stay there. All right. So I told you what is astronomy, why it's important. Now let me tell you one of the very important connection here. Because the theme of my talk is called as the cosmos via computer. So where does computer plays a role inside it? This is where the computer and the coding comes into existence. Now, you know, let me just give you one comparison. The amount of stars that we have in our galaxy, we can't even equate them with the amount of sand grains that we can find on the planet Earth. That means the number of stars in our own Milky Way galaxy, they are a lot. I mean, we can't even count them. So then how do we process all of this information of the stars? Are we going to take a piece of paper and telescope and write star number 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, 4 is there? We can't even think about counting them. It would be so crazy. I mean, people did that in the past. There was a scientist named Messner, and that time there was no idea about the computer. So he actually wrote everything on a paper. But now we are in 20th century, everything is moving very, really fast. And what we do is now what we have right now, because of all the equipments that we have created, we have a huge universe of data. So what do we do with all of this data? Because we will be crazy if we really had to print and write this with a pen and paper or a pencil. So there is a field of an astronomy and astrophysics. The field is called as something called as computational astrophysics. Okay, this computational astrophysics, if you love the coding and if you love astronomy, this is one of the best combination you ever going to have. And this program is even run by Harvard and Smithsonian. Okay, this is one of the biggest institutes in the entire world. And what do we do in the computational astrophysics? Do we take a computer and astrophysics and combine them? No. So what do we do there is we take this universe of a large data, we combine in a supercomputer, by using a coding, and with that, there is something interesting we do. What we do is we again solve the mysteries. We plan our exploration. How do we do that then there? Let me give you an example what we do in this computational astrophysics. What do we do is we take all of this data from the telescope, we combine it, and we create a process of how the star takes a birth. We create that simulation, which is only possible through the power of our computers and the coding. Second thing we try to figure out, okay, let me tell you what else we figure out with combination of these two. We also try to understand how our Milky Way has got its arms. because our Milky Way has these spiral arms. We put into the computer system through our observation, through the different amount of data sets, and try to figure out how did our galaxy come to the existence. And one more answer that we find out through all of this simulation is the distribution of the matter in our universe, in our cosmos. The cosmos means our entire universe, the things we can see, we cannot see. Now, this is what all the distribution of matter, what we learn about. But even if you have to get into competent in astrophysics, it's very, very important. You at least get to know the basic of an astronomy, which is like, the reason is because I told you why astronomy is important, because whatever science you pick up, it's just going to connect with that. Whatever science, whatever subjects pick up, astronomy is there, okay? Necessarily, you can't get it out of any of those fields. Then you might be having a question, all right, I like to have a mysteries. I like a coding also. So then what languages are important for me to learn? Like what languages should I learn if I want to see myself being an astronomer working in a NASA or working on these computers or solving the mysteries of universe? One of the most popular language that is used by astrophysicists or astronomers is called as Python. Again, the basic supported by C++ and Java and C# also. So that's what, the Python is very, very popular with all of the astronomers also. And then, okay, so then you be like, okay, sir, okay, this is, I get to know about the coding, but okay, all of the rest of the part you told about astronomy. What if I am really, really interested to combine these two things, because I like mysteries and I like solving them also, because it's like being a spy of the universe. All right, this is so amazing. This is being like a James Bond of the universe. This is like being one of the mystery solvers. So you might have a question now. Okay, so sir, how to explore the more about astronomy and space science? Again, I have a little answer for that. So that's why we have created this one of the India's largest and the most beautiful platform, a Navars Edutech. Here you can see the website there. So here you can find all of that connect. We, along with a lot of huge team of international scientists, teachers, professors, we spent around 3 years building all of this platform where you would get amazing exposure in understanding how do you solve the mysteries into astronomy, space science. What do we do there? We hold your hands to take you on this journey. We actually help you to become a space voyagers, to take you on to this exciting journey where you do the amazing hands-on program, you do exploration programs, you do astronomy programs, you keep asking questions, you make all of these connections, and you get world-level exposures for the experts across the planet Earth. All right, and sometimes we also explore about aliens also here. So to find that answer out, that's where you're to come in, and whatever question you might have, you can at the end of the class, you can put them there. I would be happy to answer that. Thank you to Codingal for giving me an opportunity time. You can take over from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you for such an informative session. So the next speaker we have with us is Ms. Aswati Mohan, who is a subject matter expert in coding. She has been teaching coding for more than 5 years and is proficient in languages like Java and C++. Her style of teaching includes play-based learning and engages children to code through real life and creative ideas. She will be taking us through some of the wonders of astronomy-themed projects and take a short quiz if possible.
Thank you so much, Jagati. Hello, children. Very good morning to one and all. How are you all? I think all are doing great. Can we start the session? Yes. Okay. So I'll be just sharing my screen. Yes. So basically, Mr. Vikram Londhe has explained you everything about astronomy. Yes, there were so many amazing facts he was explaining. Now, how you can inculcate coding along with astronomy? What all are the possibilities you can do? Yes. Any ideas, like while you were hearing that astronomy from like the theories and everything, did you get any idea what we can do? So basically, you can do anything. So these are some, like what to say, just few possibilities are explaining. So you can make a basic animation of solar system, a alien invader game, or a calculator app in which you can calculate the movement of stars, or else you can make constellation with Python turtle programming, or maybe a website where you can put all the amazing fact of astronomy, or you can make a AI chatbot. So basically, your imagination is what is the limit. Whatever you feel like, whatever you want to create, you can go for that. So today I have actually two projects with me, one in Scratch and one in Python programming. I'll be showing you one, the Scratch programming at the beginning. So let's see what it is. So you can see basically, this is a basic solar system animation. So when I start, you can see that here you can see the planets are moving, or you can see the sun. So let's just click on any of these. So it's saying the names. Did you see that? It's amazing. No, it's a simple animation where you can just exhibit the solar system. Now let's see how the coding is done. So this is the coding for the sun. Did you see, like when the green flag is clicked, the sun's costume is changing. That means it looks like the sun is like the light is there. It is showing the brightness. Or you can go for any music. Now let's see. When you click on any of this sprite, it is saying its name. Now let's see if I want to change it. How will I do it? I'm clicking on the Earth sprite, and instead of Earth, I'm going for like maybe my name. And let's see. See, it's saying my name instead of Earth. That's amazing. No, so basically, I'm changing it back to Earth. Yes. So here, what we can do is, even you can change the size, or you can make it move also. See, I can make the Earth move. That's wonderful. So let's see the change. You can just change the size of Earth. Maybe you can make it 50. That's getting bigger. Can I make it maybe 500? Let's see. Oops, the Earth is too big. Am I right? So I'm keeping it back to its position. That's it. So this is basically a simple animation in Scratch. Now let's see one activity or one project in Python. Okay, actually Mr. Vikram Londe was explaining you about, like he was saying now, the Python language where all the astronomers are interested to do that. So let's see what exactly that is. See, here you can see in this activity, we are calculating the distance of the planets from sun. It is calculated in kilometer because normally it is calculated in light year. But that is like what to say, it's difficult to understand. So what we are doing is we are calculating the same in terms of kilometers. Okay, so which one do you want to go for? Anybody can say an option? No? Okay, let's see. Let's start with Earth. Okay. So I'm going for option C. It's actually not working at my end. Let me just try one more time. Can I have Devanshi here?
Yeah, hi Ashwati.
Yeah, I'll just stop screen share. Can you please do this one because it's not working at my end?
You just need to enter the choice here.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not coming. No, it's not taking. I'll just stop screen sharing. Can you please present it, please?
Sure, just a second.
So Ms. Devanshi will be showing you what you can do there, like in a Python, in that what you can do, how you can calculate it. Do you have any idea how it is done? Anybody? Basically, the calculations are done by the computer itself. You don't have to calculate much. Yes, Drishika, I want to say something. Yes, Devanshi.
Hey everyone, I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it visible, guys?
Yes, very much.
Okay, so let's try running this. So when I run this, here you can see all the 8 planets have been listed. Now, you would have to enter your choice, and then according to that, we can calculate the distance of a particular planet from Sun in kilometers. So let's say I want to calculate the distance of Earth from Sun. So let's enter C here. Now here you can see the distance has been calculated in kilometer. This looks like a very big number, right? Yes. So why exactly is this such a big number, and why are we calculating this distance? So most of the people who are related to astronomy and the scientists as well, they usually deal with the distances in terms of light years. Now, what exactly is light years? How fast the light travels from one portion to the other, right? That's the speed of light. So they talk about the distances of planets in terms of speed of light. But not everyone can understand the speed of light, right? So this is where we need to convert this distance into kilometers as well. This is where coding can be really helpful. You just need to write a few lines of code, and then here you are with all the distances at your hand. So here you can see how the code is going to look like. Here we have used a lot of print statements of Python. Now, there was one thing which you might would have seen, that how you were actually just entering your choice, right? So to enter this choice, there is one statement called user input in Python, where you can take input from the user, and then according to that, you can display your results, right? But once again, I would like to point out one thing. You remember how you just entered your choice of planet, and according to that, you got your answer, right? So how is this happening? So in coding, we have one concept called conditional statements. Now, in conditional statements, depending upon the condition that you are giving, according to that, if that condition holds to be true, you can get an answer and you can make a decision. So here we have used conditional statements for different choices, and according to that, we are calculating the distance, and then we are printing the results, right? So this is how this activity is working. Handing you all of this back to Ashwati.
Yeah, thank you so much, Devanshi. Okay, so did you guys see what was that activity, children? So basically, we have seen 2 activities, one in Scratch and one in Python, where you have to do the text-based coding. Yes. So basically, every game or every animation you see around you, maybe your favorite animated movies, everything is basically through coding. Or you can do like in astronomy, when you say like there are manless machines or applications where you can calculate many things. All these things you see around us is through coding. Even this Zoom meeting we are conducting right now, that is also through coding we can do. And I'll say one more fact. Actually, there is an app called Skyview. In that app, what exactly you can do is, when you keep that app, like when you open the camera and point that towards the star, it will say the details of that. Even you can say the name of the star, that app will tell you that. Even the constellation, even you can go for the location of planets, everything. So basically, whatever you see or whatever is there around you is through coding. So there is no limitation in that, because the limitation is what you think. Where you are thinking or where you are creating it, that's the limitation. So be the creator, not just the users. Try to create something so that you can do it more. Yes, children, are you excited or are you interested to do? Yes, you can show me thumbs up. Are you interested? Yeah, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think now you have a MCQ time. I'll hand over to the Codingal team for the MCQs. Thank you so much. Jagruti, are you there?
Yes. One second, Aswati.
Hey Jagruti and Renuka, are you there?
Yes, Nikhil.
Do we want to start with the quiz?
Sure. Is it in the polls?
Is it in
the polls section? Because I can't see the quiz.
one second?
Okay, Renuka cannot unmute herself. So Nikhil, if you've got the quiz handy, maybe you can take over and take us through the quiz.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All
So
right.
am I properly audible and visible, everyone? Hey kids, hello. Give me a hi. Everyone there? Why have you all turned off your cameras? Can you give me a high five? Just give me a high five like this, a virtual high five. Don't break your cameras while doing it. Okay, it's a costly one, right? Okay, so can you please confirm if everyone can see me and hear me? Give me a thumbs up as well, along with the high five. Okay, thank you. So we'll do a small quiz. How many? Can you tell me how many kids are there who are smart over here? They can raise your hands. Who are smart? Those who are not smart can have your hands down. Good. Okay. Okay. So I guess you can take up a very easy quiz. Can you answer some quiz? Okay. So let me present my screen and I'll ask you a few questions and let us see who answers. And the winner might get some prizes. So how will you answer? You can put it in the chat and we'll read it from there. Okay. Who answered it first? So can you see the quiz screen now? Can you see the quiz written on your screen? Yeah, great. Thank you, Omkar. Okay. Let's go with the first question. And the first question is, which is the closest planet to the sun? A very simple question. We're starting simple. Come on, answer it in the chat. Let me see who's the fastest. And let us see. Should be. So, Jagruti, can you help me here and tell me who is the fastest? Because a lot of chats are coming in and it's very difficult for me to scroll all the way up.
Sure. So kids, send the chat to everyone in the meeting.
Yeah. Is everyone done? Should I tell the answer now? So a lot of people are saying Mercury. Okay. Some are saying Venus. And the correct answer to this question is Venus. No, sorry guys. It's Mercury. Okay. All the people who have answered Mercury, it's correct. Okay. Everyone remembers that what is that line? My very efficient mother. Who remembers that line? Can someone unmute and say? No one? No problem. But the correct answer to this question is Mercury. Okay. So very good, everyone. Let's go ahead with the next question. And that is, what is the name of our galaxy? Andromeda, Sagittarius, Milky Way, Junii. Some people pronounce it as. Can you answer? Come on, kids. Okay, I'll give you a free hand. Use Google if you want. Use your mobile. Use Google and get an answer. Come on. I have no answers to now. Okay, I have a few answers. Very good. Very good. Okay, we have a lot of answers. A lot of kids who say Milky Way. I guess the first one who had said Milky Way is Omkar. So congratulations, Omkar. If the answer is correct, then you are the winner. And the correct answer is in fact Milky Way. So everyone claps for Omkar. And I'll also announce the winner of the first question. It was Omkar again. So Omkar, you have answered both the questions. You were the first. So others, Samir, Shubham, Suryansh, do you want to beat Omkar to this race? Give me a thumbs up if you do want to beat Omkar to this race. And come on, let's do it. Okay. So let's see. Maybe Omkar has some friends answering, so he has some backup. Omkar, do you have some friends around you so that you know answer to all the questions? No? Okay. Okay. I'll trust you. Let's go ahead with the next question. What is the sun particularly made of? Okay. So what is the constituents of the sun? Is it made of rock? Is it made up of gases, liquid lava, molten iron? Like it looks orange to me, all the time. So might be molten iron or lava. I don't know. Just guessing. Can you guys also guess? Put in the chat. Okay, if you say C, that is liquid lava. If you say gas, if you say liquid lava again, if you says rock, Arohi says rock, Shubham says liquid lava, Rahim says gas, Rahim says gas a lot of time, Omkar says a gas a lot of time. Okay, great. So, you all can put your hands down, guys. Do you all have any questions so that you have your hands up? Raised on your hands in the Zoom chat. Okay, great, everyone. So the correct answer is gas, in fact. Okay, strange, right? It doesn't look like the sun is gas, but that's how astronomy works. It is very strange. Okay, it's like really astonishing. So the sun is mainly made up of hydrogen and helium gas. Okay, so really strange, but yeah, that's true. So who is the first one to answer gas? Let me check. The first one to answer gas was Arush Gambhir. Arush Gambhir, claps for yourself. Maybe if you guys want to clap, you can unmute yourself and clap. Okay, so very good, Arush. You are, one place up on the race, on the table. So let's go ahead with the next question. Everyone ready for the next question? Put your hands down, raise, maybe whoever has their hands raised up, can you please put it down, because it confuses me as if you have a question. You guys don't have a question, right? So very good, thank you. Chetna and Alia, you guys are the only two who have their hands raised. Please put it down. And everyone, 1 second. Yes, okay. So are you ready for the next question, everyone? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Without breaking your camera, give me a high five as well. Okay, you're all doing great. Okay, by the way, let us go ahead with the next question. Which planet is the smallest? Like you all, small. Which one is it? Come on, quickly answer this. Okay. Okay, a lot of answers are coming in. Okay. So I'll just see who has answered what. So Aryan says Mercury, Shubham says Mercury, Chetna says Mercury, Dikshita Mercury, everyone says Mercury. Arush says Uranus. Uranus is a pretty big planet, Arush. It's very, very big. So definitely not the answer. Also, you are direct messaging it to me. Please message it on the channel, everyone. Okay, do not DM it to me. Okay, and Arush says technically it's Pluto. Okay, good catch, Arush. And Mercury,
I think, sorry, some kids cannot, like there is no sending a chat to everyone, so that is why they're DMing you and me.
Okay, no worries. If I'm getting the DM and your name comes first, I'll take that up. Okay, don't worry. So even if you DM me, you have totally high chance of winning. So there's no confusion, guys. Thank you for letting me know that, Jagriti. So okay, are you ready for the answer? I'm really proud of you all. You're so small and you know this question's answer. Trust me, your parents when they were so small and us when we were so small or young, I mean, we didn't know the answer to such questions. The correct answer is in fact Mercury, and the first one to answer is Omkar. Omkar, you're doing very good. So everyone clap for yourself and Omkar. And actually you're all doing great. So instead of clapping, let us be proud of ourselves and pat yourself. Okay, like your fathers and mothers does, right? Your parents pat you, na? Apne aap ko you have to pat. Everyone do it with me. Suryansh, come on. Chetna, come on. Sameer, pat yourself. Very good, beta. Proud of you. Okay, keep up the good work. Okay, good work, everyone. So Mercury, in fact, okay. Let us also try to remember a few numbers for the next time, guys. Okay, it is 3030 miles wide. Okay, or if you want to read it in kilometers, it is 4,879 kilometers wide. Okay, will you guys remember this question? Everyone, tell me. Give me a thumbs up if you will. Okay, awesome. Okay, just to give you some reference, let me tell you, like India is like about 3,200 to 3,500 kilometer long. Okay, India itself, and it is 4,800 Mercury. So Mercury is just 1,000 kilometers or 1,500 kilometers bigger than India. So you can get a reference, right? How Earth is so big, right? Earth has so many countries, so much continents. So Mercury is just maybe 1.5 times of India. Okay, not that big. So that gives you some reference, right? Understood, everyone? Should we go ahead for the next question? Okay, and it is, which platform did we use to create the space animation? Okay, someone says Python, someone says Scratch, someone says B. Coding. No. So please answer the entire answer. Don't write A, B, C. And I'll wait for everyone to put in the answers. Okay. You all are doing very great. Good work, everyone. Really proud to see all of this. Scratch. Chetna says Scratch. Goshan says Scratch. Chetna says Scratch once again. Sameer Scratch. Okay. Okay. Arohi says Python. So Arohi, no. Python is not the right answer. And for everyone who answered Python, it's not the correct one. Python was the one in which we were finding the distance, the kilometer distance from sun to the planet. The animation where, the planets were revolving and when we hovered on them, they told their name, was done on Scratch. In fact, which, you all can learn how to make those animations and games if you learn coding with us. Okay. So yes, so the correct answer is Scratch. And the one who answered it first was Shreyansh. So Shreyansh Sagar, congratulations. You answered it first. Clap for yourself, Shreyansh. You're doing really great. Okay. And that's it for today. Okay. Actually, I'll come up with one more question myself. Okay. And let us answer that. You can unmute yourself to answer this one. Okay. I want to hear it from you. What's the answer? So the question is, why has Codingal chosen penguin as the logo without option? Do you want options or not? First, tell me this. I hope you have got the question. Why has Codingal chosen penguin as a logo? I'll give you options. Okay, first, because the founder Vivek Prakash, he loves penguin. He has a pet penguin. Second option, because penguin is cute, like you all. Third option, because penguin is smart and intelligent. Is penguin smart and intelligent? I don't know. You guys tell me. That is option number 3. And option number 4 is because penguins can code. So Suryansh, you have raised your hand. Go ahead and tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, option 3.
Okay, that is?
Sir, penguin is smart.
Okay. Do you think so you don't believe in Vivek Prakash having a penguin as a pet? That's why he kept penguin as the logo?
Yes, sir.
No? He does. You go to Bangalore and see he lives there with a penguin. So no, I'm kidding, Suryansh. Your answer is correct. Okay. So penguins are believed to be one of the smartest birds. Okay. They are very intelligent. Okay. And that's why we, we want to represent that our students are very smart and intelligent too. You guys are smart and intelligent, correct? So we wanted to represent that, and that's why we have penguin as our logo. And it's not because it's a pet, and it's not because it is just cute, and not because it can code, okay? Because they have their own way of smartness, okay? Coding is the way you guys become smart, and they have their own way of smartness. And that's the end of the quiz. And the correct answer of this question, Suryansh gave it. So congratulations, Suryansh. You did great. Really proud of you all, kids. I was really happy to see you all answer all these questions. Okay, I'll throw it open to Jagruti now. Jagruti, can you take this? Can you take the registration process, because
Sure. So kids, I think you've heard a lot about NCO, astronomy, building projects, coding, everything, right? So now how you might have a question, some of you, that how do we register for NCO? Is it? Do you have those questions? Where do we find NCO? How do we register for it? All right, okay. So I'll walk you through the process of registering for NCO. Can you see my screen, all of you? All right, okay. So this is the Codingal website. So you just go on Google and type codingal.com and you'll find it. Then you can move on to the competitions tab. And over here you see National Coding Olympiad 2021 Hackathon. You just click start now for that. So when you click start now, you just have to input your number, whatever number you want to register with. So keep in mind, this is the number with which we'll identify all your project submissions. Okay. So don't change this number, and remember, whenever you want to log in, you can use this number to log in and submit your project. All right. So now, because I was already in the system, I was already registered for, with Codingal, they did not ask for any information. But if you're a first-time registrant on National Coding Olympiad, then what will happen is, after you input your number, there will be a form which takes your name, your school's name, the grade you are in, what kind of theme you want to choose. So if you see in themes and projects on our page, we have 3 grade groups. One is grade 1 to 4, one is grade 5 to 8, and the last is grade 9 to 12. Now, if you see, all the 3 grade groups have the theme astronomy in common. So you can go over here and check. If you're a part of grade 1 to 4, then you can use build a project using blog-based platforms like Scratch that you learned today, or you can also use Thunkable, code.org, etc. Then in astronomy, what you can do is you can either build a story animation of your favorite astronaut or build a game with your astronaut, okay, who's having a space quest. For grade 5 to 8, the theme in astronomy is you have to build a game using blog-based platforms or text-based coding if you're comfortable with either or. And the game is that the astronaut has to land on the moon, okay? And that it's not that easy to land on the moon, right? There are meteors, there are falling stars, there is the sun's rays and everything. So it's very difficult. So you have to have these objects also. And the astronaut has to avoid these obstacles and then land on the moon. Or what you can do is, there has been space monsters who are invading Earth. So now there are space monsters right next to your home. And now you have to save your mom, and you are the astronaut and you are the main character. So you have to save your home Earth from space monsters. For grade 9 to 12 kids, you also have the option to choose between creating animations and games using blog-based platforms, or do text-based coding like Python, C++, whatever you want to use. Okay. And the options in astronomy that you have are, you have to build a descriptive website on space science So you have to do a website development, or you can use virtual reality using HTML and A-Frame, the JavaScript library. All right. So now, kids, if you have any questions related to ideas in astronomy and space, or how to register for NCO, or what projects to build, the forum is open for questions. You can unmute yourself and start asking questions. Our experts are still on the panel, so they will respond to you accordingly. I think Samir has raised his hand. So Samir, you can just unmute yourself.
Okay.
Yes, Samir, you can ask your question.